maneuvering, and the complex world of African mining. This time we are heading to Mali to be specific. Imagine this: an African country arresting and detaining a European company executive, not for political reasons, but for denying the country of its rightful revenues due to tax evasion and other activities. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? Well, buckle up, because this is exactly what's been happening in Mali. So picture this. Resolute Mining, an Australian company, has just announced they're going to pay a whopping $160 million to Mali government. Why? To settle a tax dispute, and more importantly, to secure the release of their CEO, Terence Holohan, and two other executives who've been detained since early November. Talk about high-stakes negotiation. Now, you might be wondering, how did we get here? And more importantly, if they are willing to pay this huge amount to Mali, how much has Mali and other African countries lost to sharp practices of foreign mining companies operating in their territories? Well, let's rewind a bit. Mali, despite being one of Africa's top gold producers, has been struggling economically, political instability, and security issues for years.
In other words, they produce just about as much gold as South Africa. South Africa. South Africa.
The military leadership led by President Assimi Goïta has been looking into Mali's mining sector and have rolled out laws to get appropriate share of Mali's natural resources, especially from gold mining. Thanks to the resoluteness of the military, the effort has begun to yield results. Here's where it gets really interesting. Resolute Mining isn't the first company to face this situation. Just a couple of months ago, Canadian mining giant Barrick Gold found itself in a similar situation. They ended up
Hold on, let's see how much they paid.
paying $81 million to secure the release of 4 of their employees.
Hi, this is Niels on Dynasty, starting this one a little bit late. Please like, share, and subscribe. Be kind, helpful, and grateful, because it's so much better than being a jerk. I mean, jerk, yeah, you can get a little somewhere fast, but longevity, yeah, a lot of people are going to be, it's the old saying, watch out who you step on their way up, because you're going to see them on the way down. If you ain't heard that expression, you need to look into it. And while you're doing that, buy yourself some silver, some platinum, and some crystallized osmium, because it's sound advice. It's not financial advice. It's sound advice. I don't give financial advice. I just give good advice. And it's good advice. Obviously, this is about Africa, West Africa, the Sahel states, and Mali in particular, and how the charts still haven't shown that Barrick Gold lost $81 million out of the blue. And they probably aren't going to show how Resolute Mining is going to lose $160 million. And it's interesting that they're detaining these CEOs. Quiet! That they're detaining these CEOs of these companies to get this. So let's research this. Hopefully he explains. He doesn't have time. He's only got 10 more minutes to explain it. So I doubt we're going to get a full explanation of exactly what laws these guys broke for them to be detained. I'm almost probably positive, knowing how business works, they were guilty of something, if not what they were held for something else. I'm most positive, but I don't know. So we'll go on with the story. And now for the rest of the story.
However, while Western media has been reporting this as a form of blackmail and hostage-taking, Africans are cheering the military leadership of Mali for standing up to Western mining companies that have exploited African resources for their own economic benefit, while their African hosts languish in poverty. Before we continue, just a gentle reminder to like and share our videos.
Oh, yeah. Hey, check this out.
Subscribe to the channel to stay informed on the latest African economic, political, and social development.
You guys hit that thumbs up
explore
too,
how
and
global
share,
geopolitics impact
and
the
subscribe.
continent.
But I already told you.
Now
that.
let's continue.
Let's continue.
Across Africa, a growing sentiment of disenchantment is emerging regarding mining agreements that many believe disproportionately favor Western companies at the expense of local economies and communities. Countries rich in natural resources, such as Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Ghana, are increasingly vocal about feeling cheated by these arrangements. In Niger, the uranium mining sector has been particularly contentious. the country is one of the world's largest producers of uranium. Yet the revenues generated from this lucrative resource have not translated into significant economic benefits for the local population. Critics argue that foreign companies often negotiate contracts that allow them to extract vast amounts of uranium while paying minimal taxes and royalties. This has led to calls for renegotiation of contracts to ensure that more revenue remains within Niger to support local development. Similarly, Mali and Burkina Faso, both rich in gold, have seen their mining sectors dominated by foreign firms. In Mali, gold accounts for a staggering 75% of export earnings, yet the benefits are not felt equally among its citizens. The military leaders' recent moves to nationalize mining operations and increase government stakes in these ventures reflect a growing awareness of the need for fairer agreements. The situation is echoed in Burkina Faso, where foreign mining companies have long enjoyed favorable terms, prompting calls for reforms that would ensure a larger share of profits is reinvested into the local economy. In Ghana, known for its gold production, similar sentiments are echoed. Despite being dubbed the Gold Coast, many Ghanaians feel they have not reaped the rewards of their country's mineral wealth. Protests against mining companies have become more frequent as communities demand better compensation and environmental protection. Overall, these sentiments highlight a broader trend across Africa, where nations are beginning to assert their rights over natural resources, seeking equitable agreements that benefit their citizens, rather than solely enriching foreign corporations. Now let's talk numbers. If Resolute is paying $160 million and Barrick paid $81 million, that's already $241 million that Mali has extracted from just two foreign mining companies. And who knows how many other companies have gotten away with unfavorable agreements. But here's the million-dollar question, or should I say the $160 million question. How much has Mali actually lost to foreign mining companies over the years? It's a tricky calculation, but consider this. Mali's gold accounts for 25% of the national budget and 75% of its export earnings. Yet the country is classed as one of the poorest in the world. Something doesn't add up, does it? The military leader's strategy seems clear. They are convinced that they are being cheated by foreign mining companies and are determined to correct and renegotiate mining contracts and increase the government's stake in these operations. Last year, Mali introduced a new mining code that allows the state and local investors to increase their stakes in mining ventures from 20% to 35%. It's a bold move that shows that the government meant business. And do you know the surprising outcome? No foreign mining company has quit Mali because of these changes.
Oh, that would be a sign of guilt on their part, huh?
What other proof do you need to know that Mali has been on the losing side for so many years, while the bank accounts of the foreign mining companies grew bigger? Now let's dig a bit deeper into the environmental cost and revenue losses.
Oh no, we're gonna let you guys do that on your own because this has gone too far already. I've wasted too much of your time. If you are interested in exploring more of the story, it's in Mali. Easy. You can do it yourselves. Research. It's good for the gray matter between the ears. Have a good day, people. And remember, be kind, helpful, and grateful, especially as times get harder. It really could mean the difference between someone breaking or not. So just remember that. Have a great day.